Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today, we got a producer letter over on the official Dokkan Global Twitter page. Basically just to kind of drum up a little bit of hype for the anniversary, officially announcing the fact that, you know, it's coming and some of the details around it. We are precisely on this day 2 weeks away from the anniversary. That's right, if you check your calendars, obviously today is Friday the 23rd. 2 weeks from today will be Friday the 7th, and if you go back and look, you can look on the wiki or various other databases. The global anniversary units always release on the 7th. The celebration usually starts on the 6th, right? We get the things like the free ticket banner. Last year we actually got, like, it was the first 2 stages of each of the red zones. Like, everything starts coming out on the first day, and then on the next day, which is the 7th, that is when the banners come out. So this was posted today. It was always funny that they start these things off with the are you enjoying the ongoing current campaign? Yeah, I'm loving it. There's so much stuff to do, but this is what it's all about right here, right? So the 8th anniversary starts in July. Let's get ready for it now. The anniversary is close and the countdown begins. The actual countdown campaign will begin in just under a week, which obviously gives you some extra stuff as well. So you can get a bunch of the extra celebration tickets from the ongoing countdown missions. Hopefully you guys have been doing all of those, especially because one of them, right back from the start, was logging in for 25 days. So obviously, even just by logging in, you don't really have to do anything, right? But you're building towards completing that mission. You're way past the point where if you haven't started that you'd actually be able to finish it by the time it expires. But those will be on until the 29th, so we still have another 6 days or so of these to go, so make sure you do get all of the tickets. Then we have the countdown login bonus, so this begins on the 29th, which again is like just under a week from now, and you get some stones and some extra tickets every day. 10 stones, 35 tickets. So you're going to end up with a lot of these tickets. I think it was 80 in total from the countdown mission. So if you've been doing all of these, you're going to have 115 of these tickets. I did a video going over all of the different tickets that are available during the anniversary. So if you want to check that out, I do show the banner that you'll be able to use these tickets on and everything. So yeah, having 115 of these for free on day 1 of the anniversary before the actual banners come out is definitely going to be hype. And then we get a preview for the actual characters. So remember, the theme of the anniversary, I know some of you guys have told me in the comments and stuff that you don't really follow like JP at all. But yeah, the theme of the anniversary is the Spirit Bomb, right? So Spirit Bomb Fest, Dokkan 8th Anniversary Ultimate Celebration. So technically begins on the 6th at 4 PST, which for me is like 1 AM on the 7th technically. And then new characters who are related to the Spirit Bomb theme: Dual Dokkan Festival, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and then GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. They both possess a standby skill, which would have been a new mechanic, right? But then Global got the Goku Jr. thing. A feature, actually, it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, it does say a feature introduced to the international version in April, because there's a common thing, right, that Global very often gets the anniversary mechanic before the actual anniversary because of stuff that comes out in same time celebrations. Don't forget to stay tuned because more updates are coming soon. Here's screenshots of the Spirit Bomb. You can see there, this is obviously the actual global screenshot because it says here it is in the subtitle. I, for one, am very excited to see when they post the English dub animations on Twitter. I know some people don't like dub. I know there's this always in the anime communities, there's this whole cringe like dub versus sub argument. I'm somebody that enjoys both, obviously, you know, throughout the years, especially in the past. There have been dubs of anime that have been pretty bad, but nowadays a lot of them are very good. I'm somebody that's always watched a lot of anime while I've been doing other things like at work and stuff. So often watching dubs is just super convenient for me because I don't have to keep looking at the screen to read the subtitles. But I think Dokkan, for the most part, does a pretty good job with some of these dubs. So I am definitely looking forward to this. And then, yeah, we've also prepared amazing rewards for the anniversary. 77 stones available on first login. And then other stones available through daily missions and stuff. You can get more than 100 stones in the first week. Pretty good. So yeah, if we jump over to the... let me change to the wiki view here. So this is what it's all about, these two banners. Now, I don't want, I know someone in the comments is going to say, I'm going to call this video probably something like the best banners ever are coming. Because compared to what we've seen, especially over this last year, right, like these banners are very, very good. But, there is the possibility that the worldwide celebration banners will be insane because they're going to be the return of the World Tournament Goku and Piccolo Jr., I'm trying to think who else returns on those banners, but the worldwide celebration banners are usually pretty good. But when it comes to global, this is what we have been waiting for, right? This stuff is going to be hype. Like the two new units, people have their opinions on them. I think the opinions are more mixed on the Boo duo than they are on the GT duo. But these two units are fantastic, right? Like even the people that like kind of downplay the Boo duo, they're still easily in like the top 10, right? I personally love this unit. I love Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2 as forms, and having these two together as a card, like I've always liked the LR Vegeta with the Super Saiyan 2 with like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku assist, so this actually becoming a card is super, super hype for me. And then when we look at these banners, like we have the return of the Gammas for the first time, we have STR Final Form Cooler, who is arguably still one of the best extreme units in the game. And then the AGL Super Saiyans, I have always kind of underrated them a little bit, but I mean they can do well sometimes, right? They're a unit they need to build up. You need to do a lot of work. You got to jump through some hoops, right? They need to get hit a certain number of times. They need to attack a certain number of times. But when they do go off, they can be really good. I only ever had mine at 55%, so I am looking forward to getting dupes for these guys. Then we have the Namek Goku and the Full Power Frieza. Obviously, they are not in the same place they once were. I feel like Namek Goku actually is still a little bit more useful than some people give him credit for. Then we have the 7th anniversary LRs. These guys also are still good, right? These guys are still very usable in a lot of content. Whilst they're not the perfect partner they always wanted, the LR Super Saiyan 4's getting access to this new GT LR is pretty good. Then the 6th year LRs on there, unironically probably at this point like the worst LRs on the banner, maybe, because the 5th anniversary LRs, whilst currently not particularly great, get their easy A's during this anniversary and become like top 5 units in the game, basically, like ridiculously good. And then Vegito and Boo are on here, and then the GT Super Saiyans. I guess to be fair, they are probably the worst. Well, I don't know actually. That'd be interesting to think about. Is STR Vegito better than Blue Evolution Vegeta in the current meta? Probably. UI Goku is obviously entirely dependent on whether he dodges or not, so it's kind of a difficult one. But yeah, these banners are incredible, right? You get 3+1 multi, so 150 stones gets you 4 multis, and then for global, every multi that actually costs stones gets you extra tickets for free, right? You get 3 tickets per 50 stone multi, so one rotation gets you 4 multis for 150 stones and 9 tickets. So as long as you do at least one more, like 50 stone multi, you have enough tickets to do another multi as well. So in terms of like overall value, like 200 stones on any other banner is getting you 4 multis. 200 stones on this banner is getting you like 6 multis. And you still have like, what, 2 tickets left over after that. So if you're going to be going in, like you end up getting a lot of free summons off of these banners. And again, like, don't let people like downplay these units, right? These units are incredible. Now, Global has gotten a lot of buffs. I talked about this in a recent video. Power of Wishes, when it first dropped, people looked at the category list and were kind of like, yeah, you know. But we've had some crazy buffs for this category, including units like the LR Bulma. So both the anniversary LRs lead Power of Wishes, and then these guys have Battle of Fate and they have Final Trump card. The extra 30% is Connected Hope or Majin Buu Saga. I mean, at some point we are going to get another crazy Buu Saga celebration with like a new Vegito, a new Buuhan. Like this category definitely has the potential to bounce back. Connected Hope has a lot of good characters on it. These guys infinitely stack defense. Normal raise on their 12 key, greatly raise on their 18 key. They build up attack just for the turn. And then the main thing that these guys do is that they build up crit chance. So they get, crit chance 10% up to 50 with each super attack performed. So you don't really need to give them a lot of crit in the hidden potential. Although actually, these guys are a weird one. I'm going to do a video about the best hidden potential builds for all the anniversary units, because these guys build up crit in this form, and then when you go into the standby, and they transform into like Goku and base Vegeta. Base Vegeta is like an invincible tank, and then you fire off the Spirit Bomb. But this form, the one where you actually fire off the Spirit Bomb, doesn't have any built-in crit. So if you give this unit 0 crit, then the Spirit Bomb is actually unable to get a crit, right? So this unit, more so than like any others, has like a really interesting, different kind of theories on how to best build their hidden potential. But both the anniversary LRs, they kind of always do this, right, where they have very similar kits. They get their start of turn stats, and then they get different stats depending on whether you put them in slot 1 or slot 2 or 3. So they get extra defense, and then 1 extra key sphere, 1 extra key per key sphere if they're in slot 1, and then they get extra attack and 2 extra key if they're in slot 2 or 3. If you've never seen it in action yourself, putting these guys in slot 2 or 3, it's almost impossible to not get like tons of key with them, right? Now, both of them also have a additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super when key is 18, and then a guaranteed additional super when key is 24. So getting 24 key with them is super easy. Getting 18 key with them is incredibly easy. And whilst, you know, it is the same problem that we complain about with Ultima Gohan, where it's only a great chance to become a super, it's only 18 key, which is pretty easy to get. And then you get the 24 key gets you a guaranteed one. So these guys, even at like, well, actually, I guess these guys are STR, but at 55%, these guys can super attack 3 times without any skill orbs. And then these guys, because they're physical, can super attack 4 times. And they're infinitely stacking defense and building up crit. And then these guys infinitely stack attack, and they raise defense for 1 turn. But they build up, instead of crit, they build up damage reduction. So you think if you come in with these guys, right, say you've given them some skill orbs, even if you only have them at 55%, they super 4 times on turn 1. You go into their second turn, they've already got 40% damage reduction, and they stack attack. And then obviously both characters have a standby, activated when HP is 50% or less after receiving 4 or more attacks, or after receiving 4 or more attacks, starting from the 4th turn. So in something like Super Battle Road, if you go into a fight turn 1 and you're at 50% or less, you can go into the standby. Or even in any normal event like turn 2, you just use it straight away. Or after receiving 4 or more attacks, and then these guys are performing 4 or more attacks, which again, if you get good luck with them being physical, you could do that on turn 1, right? And then they stand by into Vegeta, who is basically invincible. You build up key charges by picking up the orbs, and then once you fully build it up, you fire the Spirit Bomb and do tons of damage. These guys stand by into the GT, Super Saiyan, Vegeta, and Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. This unit is so fun to use. Like this, I am so looking forward to this, and you guys know I mentioned it a lot, where like I'm not a huge fan of GT, but you switch into this unit, and this then becomes like a revival unit. So instead of building up like the Spirit Bomb, this guy, he can do decent numbers himself when attacking, but the idea is that he doesn't really have a lot of defense. He gives all allies 8 key and 80% attack. 80% attack. That is, I think, the single biggest attack buff that a support unit gives. So if you're running a rotation where you have like an incredibly strong pairing together, think of like your best rotation, your favorite rotation on any of your teams, right? And then imagine that they're getting 8 key and 80% attack, and then any character on that turn who dies, you then get the revival where you then fire off a Spirit Bomb, and these guys infinitely stack attack, so their Spirit Bomb has the potential to be ridiculously strong. So yeah, these units are hype. I'm really excited for this. Like I said, don't let people downplay these units. They are super fun. Like, they're going to be great to use. Their team has gotten a load of buffs. We are officially 2 weeks away from this stuff dropping on Global, and I for one am very excited. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.